Karts out on track then for our junior final. And this is one of the, well, it's the fastest class here in the Kart Championship.
Straight with the fast ones.
That's where we like it, Nick.
Gareth Bury, what can you tell me about Warden Law? It's wet.
Warden Law is the site of a 10,000-year-old monolithic
hill settlement.
Monolithic settlement.
It's
yes.
the longest track we go to. It's 1,200 metres long.
It is 1,200 metres long. It is the longest track we go to.
It's Joe's home track. It's within 10 minutes of his house.
It's only 10 minutes from my house, so it's the best track in the country. It actually is one of the best tracks in the country.
And it's the best track within 10 minutes of your house.
It's absolutely, but it is one of the best tracks in the country for not just track, but facilities-wise, and it is one of the most demanding physically.
The finals come down. They weren't 10 minutes already, but they come down from 12 to 10, have they?
Yes, they have.
So the finals now just 10 minutes long. An attempt to try and gain a little bit of time back that's been lost.
No, the finals were 10 minutes of one lap. Yeah.
Oh, so,
yeah. So I think
I've got my NKC mixed up, which is 12 minutes.
Yes, you have. Yeah, I think we're sticking at 10 minutes unless that changes. We've got the grid now ready with us. James Kell on the pole position, leading everybody around. We might get this race underway, and James Kell might get the jump on everybody. But no, it's a false start. Gives me a chance to have a look at the grid. So James Kell on the pole position. Oliver Fabricus alongside. Third row is an all-ST Racing, second row is an all-ST Racing row on the grid. Addison Smith in third, Charlie Very fourth. Row 3, Ben Horner and Harry Hurst Grover. Row 4, Callum Gosh, Riven Welsh. Aidan McDonald and Ewan House are on row 5. Andrew Dixon, Marcel Poppercull are next up. Row 7 is Gregor Reid and Jensen Pritchard. Luke Soys and Archie Doherty are next. 17th and 18th is Leon Barlow and John J. Buck. And Kasper Tomalewski finds himself way down the order in 19th. And that's going to be quite a task for Kasper Tomalewski to regain some points. Logan Howes is alongside. Then we've got Braith Murdoch, Jack Robinson, Emily Cooper, Lewis Holt, Connor Dolan, Max Haller, Sam Green Gomez, Matt Scott, Aston Brown, Calvin Moffat, Elliot Foster, and then rounding off the 33 kart field is Molly Pugh and Bella Brown. So here we go. We've got James Kell on that pole position with Oliver Fabricus alongside. Bradley Shepherd Racing here, but it's the X-Kart of James Kell that's got the pole. That's the black and white livery. The orange livery is Bradley Shepherd Racing. We're about to get things underway, I think. Yes, we are. 3 wide into turn 1. It goes the way of Oliver Fabricus, though, into turn 1. Out they go. It's the X-Kart of James Kell in second and round the outside of Fabricus. Fabricus just slowed up massively. Did he hit the puddle? I think he might have. That's allowed James Kell, I should say, back into the front of this field.
Great start there by Kellen, nipping right out for a completely different line there, the 290 of Fabricus, and he almost surprised Kelly. Looked at, what are you doing down there? But they're all
he must have stopped him dead, that puddle.
They're all searching for some grip.
Have we got a false start because they're forming up again?
They are. We have a false start. There we are.
We got excited there, Nick.
How many full starts are we going to get?
We got excited. I'm looking at that light board there, and I should be looking at the light boards over there. We've got a full course yellow by the looks of the boards.
No, that's the... Yes, they've gone down from full start to yellow, haven't they?
That's a waved yellow, yeah. Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing is whether they're staying 2 by 2, so they will reset the clock. And they have hold the clock, and they are going to reset the clock.
Right, let's do that all again then. James Kell and Oliver Fabricus. Maybe Oliver Fabricus slowed up because he didn't at the puddle because he knew it was a false start.
Possibly. Mm-hmm. You can never tell, can you?
Never tell. Not from where we are. We're too far away.
Rain's down to below, I say rain's down to 1, possibly less than 1 now.
Yeah, it's virtually stopped.
Lightly brightened up. I know we're being very positive here. Okay, third chance to get the Rotax Junior final underway.
Raindrops still on the camera lens at the gasworks, has not.
They need to clear themselves, are they?
Right, here we go again. Let's get underway. Can James Kell? He knows what Fabricus can do, and once again, it's almost 3 wide. Certainly 3 wide for second, but James Kell going very wide indeed. He comes back on and fires himself off there.
Fantastic grip coming back out of that again.
It's Addison Smith, though, who comes out of that in the lead. Out of the dog leg in the lead then. Addison Smith, we've got a spinner. Oh, he kept his boot in. Did he see that?
Look like no, the X
Oh, and there's a spinner from the lead. Addison Smith finds himself absolutely cannot move. He can't move.
The entire pack has had to go past before he could get going again.
And it was too much curb. Too much curb, just fired the kart round sideways. And Addison Smith finds himself probably at the very back of this field.
Next to last, I think.
Next to last, like you say, Nick. Let's see who that's allowed into the lead.
It's James Kell's back ahead.
Yeah, pole position.
Kell from Fabricas, back to where we were for the last full stop. Kell's decided to go into a different postcode and then gets his fantastic drive. Look at that.
He came through the middle.
And he's given Fabricas a bath as well, which is very, very nice of him.
Unbelievable. Through the horseshoe then. That puddle on the inside of the horseshoe almost disappearing. So it's Kell leading out across the line to complete lap 1. Fabricas second, Very, Charlie Very third, Ben Horner, Riven Welsh, Callum Gauche, Harry Hurst-Grover, Marcel Popico, Ewan House, Ed McDonald. That's your top 10. Where is Kasper Tomilewski? He is 13th.
But a little bit of break now by the 252. The white and red Kell machine. Fabricas there. Left to your picture, 290, mostly red and orange. And then you've got the yellow and blue 237 of Charlie Very. And then behind them, it's Ben Horner, who's looking to get right on Very. So they've got third and fourth are having a little bit of a scuffle now, going through the chicane. And they're going to turn right and sweep down towards the Gasworks hairpin for the second time of this actual race. So they've been around there about 7 times, but the full starts there were.
Well, Ben Horner finished third at Wilton Mill, remember. He was on the podium, so he'll be wanting... He's got his eyes set on Charlie Very at the moment, because Charlie Very is currently in the third place position for a podium. He wants to be there at the trophy presentation. Charlie Very wants to be there as well. He saw his teammate spinning off there, Addison Smith. However, he's got his head down, chasing after Oliver Fabricas out of turn 1 towards Brian's Bend. And it's James Kell who has absolutely got control of this one, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's giving himself a little bit of gap. He's not really moving it forward. I'm not sure whether Fabricas is actually doing a little bit of watching brief, because Fabricas, we know, he's been all over the shot, fast, slow, into other people in the wrong corner. So he's probably thinking, what I'm going to do this time is get a kind of a better feel of where the track is underneath my kart and then make a move. He's in quite a nice position because he's like, a few kart lengths behind and a few kart lengths ahead, so he can actually think about what's going on, he can see where the track is, and if he actually just matches the speed of Kell, this is a very good strategy for the next few laps.
Yeah, it is. It's that. What is that, Nick? It's that high-speed game of chess that we see played out. Oh, I'm not sure how sedate a game of chess is, though, in these conditions, because you're fighting the kart pretty much everywhere. Remember James Kell's second-place finish podium at Glanigors for round 2. Currently looking at the top step for that one. That's switched on. And he crosses the line, leading by 1.6 seconds, if anything. And if anything, Oliver Fabricas for Bradley Shepherd Racing, falling back to the clutches of Charlie Very and Ben Horner.
Oh, and a bit of the car number 2, that's Harry Hurst-Grover. Interestingly, Harry Hurst-Grover is now back on a set of stickers again after being black in the last heat. He's now got a colourful car.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, but he was just hung out to dry. I'm not sure, I caught the end of it. I wasn't sure he was hung out to dry by somebody else or by his own exuberance into corner 1, and was sitting there going, what the heck's going on here?
Kart on the grass, just rejoining. He's down the order, though.
It's 272. Which would be...
He's Ben Horner. That's
so he's not down the order.
He's down the order now.
No, he wasn't. In fact, I don't think he's actually lost any positions, has he? He's still in fourth.
Surely.
Is he still in fourth?
Is that how much gap they had to Riven Welsh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had 6 seconds or
he's
3.5 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all now quite spread out.
That is a shame, really, because Ben Horner was looking very racy on the tail end of Charlie Walsh there. That's the kart, the yellow and blue kart in the shot there.
Yeah, Charlie Very, though, beginning to, I think, get a bit close to Fabricas. Might be wrong. Let's have a look that time around. He was 10 slower.
We're inside, Nick, of 5.5 minutes remaining in this final. 5.5 minutes remaining in round 3 for the junior Rotax class. And Oliver Fabricas, as he can see that James Kell is just up ahead of him, but he really hasn't got anything in the toolbox to maybe have a go at him. He's trying We thought he was keeping a watching brief, but likewise, James Kell seemed to have things in control.
Well, let's try and find a bit of action. The first bit of action appears to be about position 9. So there's 4 karts now coming out of centre 1, going to centre 2. So they're coming underneath Ash's camera position right now. Those 4 karts going into the hairpin.
So is that the 4 there, Nick? Oh, there they are.
There they are.
Right.
223 leads that one, which is Riven Welsh.
So Riven Welsh, Marcel Poppicle, Ewan House and Aidan McDonald. They are the 4th karts. There's a change for position. So Marcel Poppicle popping into and ahead of Riven Welsh for just a moment.
And then not. And then Welsh is back ahead of him. Oh, that's one way of getting past.
It was the switchback, wasn't it?
Just gave him a clunk, didn't he?
So 223 there is Riven Welsh hanging on to that 7th place. Behind him, Poppicle, House, Aidan McDonald, Kasper Tomilewski just out of that picture there, ahead of Jensen Pritchard that time,
11th.
Up to 11th.
Yeah,
so damage limitation.
It's not what he wanted, he got it, that's for sure.
All he can do is keep focusing forward.
Yeah.
And he's very soon going to catch these 4. Plenty of time, really. 3.5 minutes, over 3.5 minutes. And look at that. Look at him catching him. Just coming into shot there on the bottom.
So the 5th of these 4 karts, if that makes sense. And there is Kasper Tomilewski, who's you say, we're talking about him because he's been successful in the first 2 rounds.
He's leading the championship coming
Championship
into this
leader.
round.
He's already thinking this is the drop round for the series.
Yeah, he's already got that in his view.
But, you can make up more points. There's 4 or 5 positions he probably thinks, even with only 4 laps or 5 laps to go, he can make those positions up. They're doing about 108, 107, so they're probably going to get 4 laps.
And now we've got a 5-kart train from 7th down over, 7th to 11th. And it's whether or not Tomilewski can start spoiling this party. In fact, I think he's already begun, hasn't he? No, that's still Aidan McDonald on the Tony kart. Looks like a Tony kart. I think it might be.
Certainly is. Well, he's got Tony nose. He's got a brand new nose and a Tony. What's that? What is that? It's a Patono.
You're not saying anything.
What's it called? That panel? It's called something, isn't it? That?
I just got from fairing.
No, it's actually called something. Nassau. It's called a Nassau panel.
That's
it. All the way from Bermuda.
2.5 minutes remaining.
I thought we had interference on the sound, but it's actually your percolator percolating.
Oh, is it? Oh, the coffee's kicked in.
Yeah.
James Kelt's continuing to control things up ahead.
Tomilewski there looking really much more like he wants to have a go at Aidan McDonald. And he's going to get him.
Through.
That's the position. Now McDonald could tough it out. Nope, doesn't do it. He had the chance and didn't quite get the drive to tough it out through the chicane. So Kasper gains another position. He's up to
10th. He's inside the top 10 now. With only 2 minutes remaining, though, he took 2 laps to get by Aidan McDonald, and that's not really time enough, really.
Yeah, I think he's out of position, but not as out of position as we might think. That makes sense.
Yes, that's right. He has regained quite a few places here. Gap between the leaders, just while we watch this one, which monitor Tomilewski's progress. James Kell still leading, Fabricas second, Charlie Ferry still third. He's got a gap of 2.1 seconds to Ben Horner. Ben Horner is lapping faster than Ferry, but with only, we're inside of 90 seconds now, so probably not enough time for that to happen. Callum Gauche is fifth, Henry Hurst Grover sixth. Then we've got Riven Welsh, Marcel Poppicle, Ewan House, Tomilewski still in the top 10, just trying to catch that kart ahead of him, which is Ewan House.
Yeah, but every position counts, every couple of points. And at one point, a couple of points taken away from somebody else as well. The Rooster's Tail still coming. The rain's just a little bit harder than it was. It's still not as hard as it has been. And Tomilewski gets himself up the inside. Is that going to stick? And is he going to keep the position? Down to the penultimate lap now, I think. Then we cross the line in a second.
It's going to be one lap to go aboard next time by. I've just watched James Keller cross the line, and there was only 50-odd seconds on the clock. So they're lapping in 1 minute 7s.
So there we go. So if you cross the line now, that's Welsh, Poppicle, and Tomilewski in 10th.
Welsh and Ewan House has gotten ahead of Poppicle. Missed that one because they're both on orange karts.
There's too many karts painted the same in this
thing. Yeah, they're very, very similar liveries, some of these liveries. Tomilewski still 10th. That's the important one. The championship leader is going to, you're probably right, Nick. He's probably going to think of this one as a drop round if he doesn't improve any more.
So coming up now towards the last lap, 2:52. James Kell leads from Fabricas by 2.1 1 second effectively.
And the leader, Nick, just coming out of the final turn
So just
now.
about to take his final lap.
So last lap,
that's our second place man. That's Fabregas coming under. Just ahead of him is the leader. Fabregas, what is he doing? Oh, what a mistake.
And he's thumped the barrier. He will continue. He'll bounce off.
How did that go wrong?
Well, it started going wrong when he came out the final turn and just got onto the grass. Caputo pulled him in. He just couldn't. He didn't have any steering. And he went out of control. He's lost a lot of places. So the podium positions will change. We'll try and get a hold of James Kell.
Yeah, we need to go forward about 2. So it's going to be Kell who's just...
We need to go forward quite a bit if that's Oliver Fabregas. Quite a few.
We are. That's our new second place man. That was 237 Charlie Verily, and there's our leader, the 252 underneath Ash right now, and going into the chicane, flips back. He didn't see it. He didn't realise it happened, but his job suddenly got a huge amount easier.
Did Fabregas lose 1 position?
That was it. Yeah, that whole thing. He lost 1 position to Veri.
So
they are very spread out. I mean, that sort of mistake. I know it wouldn't happen in the drive, but that sort of mistake in the drive would cost you 10 places.
Absolutely. Yeah. You absolutely would. Here he comes though, James Kell. He came second. He was on the podium at Glanigor. Here he is about to take the top step this time, though. And he will acknowledge the checkered flag in the usual way.
2 arms out. And a bit of a veer to one side.
And that really was a dominant one, wasn't it, Nick?
Yep.
It gives me a chance to get out there. I'll let you have the rundown, mate, while I nip out and hopefully go grab a word with James Kell.
4th place. Just waiting for the very people to come over the line. It is... a huge weights, isn't it? Callum Gosh 5th. Harry Hurst-Grover, he is in 6th. You have a volume control there. You'll hear me. You should be able to hear me. You should be able to hear me. That's weird. So, here we go. And... well, we're going to try and do some a little bit something special here. We're going to try and do some interviews, but it's all about the winners, but obviously with the combination of the wet weather and everything else. So the overall result has been James Kell. There's someone leaning on the camera by the looks of it. The problem is there's people going to sit against the fence. It's moved. Yeah. So we got really fun with cameras here. It's always a bit of thing. So James Kell went. Charlie Verily 2nd. Ben Horner was 3rd. Oliver Fabregas was 4th. Callum Gosh 5th. And Harry Hurst-Grover. They're all coming into the pits, as you can see now. Riven Welsh, Ewan House. Who's moved that camera? So let's once they get out and into the pits, we let him get his helmet off. Let's get his helmet off. So we're going to try. No, not yet. No, for Joe, not yet. Let's get the helmet off. Everyone can hear this. I'm saying you should be saying that. You should be giving the direction.
How was it?
I wouldn't say easy, but it's not as hard as I thought it would be. I mean, I had a rough start down to...
All right, hang on. We're finished, mate.
Put the earphone back in again. I have to count you in.
I can't hear you. Pointless.
You could hear me.
No, I couldn't. Not a chance.
Right.
No, not working.
But you can't just go. Well, that was super smooth. Give me a thumbs up, Joe, if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up, Joe, if you can hear me. Yes, he's knowing. Okay, Joe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Right, let's do this again, James Kell. That was a fine win. 2nd place at Glanigor. This time, top step of the podium here at Warden Law. You must be very pleased.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, tell us, what was that like? I mean, you made it look easy. I'm sure it wasn't.
Yeah, driving in the wet conditions is never easy. yeah, you can spin one lap. You have to keep on track. And when I got up the front and I saw I had a bit of a gap, I was like, I've just got to keep on track. I knew I could win it, so.
It was great stuff. I mean, was there any point, just step over here for me, James, was there any point where you saw, did anyone worry you at all? I mean, you seemed to just go ahead and get out of the way.
Well, like the opening few laps when Fabricius was behind me, I knew that he might be a contender for the win, but then the last few laps I saw he'd spun or come off or something, so I was like, as long as I keep it on track, I can win, so.
That's great stuff. James Kelvin, our winner in Junior Rotax. We'll see James at the trophy presentation later on.